Kai here with Kaitaku, and it is time for my October book haul. So I'm very excited about this haul. I got some really good books in. So first up, I got Spellbreaker on Kindle. So I am an Amazon Prime member, and with part of that membership, I get like Kindle First Read. So these are like new books that are coming out soon or have recently been released, and I get like one free Kindle version a month. And so I chose Spellbreaker this month. It is a fantasy. I'm not quite sure exactly what it's about, but I picked it because it was a fantasy, and we know how much I love fantasy books. So next, I participated in Chocolate Covered Pages on Instagram. I participated in her book swap. And so it was a booze book swap. And so you got a chance to swap books, Halloween related items, candy, anything that the person you were matched with was looking for. And so from that, I got 2 books. First, I got Letters to the Lost. And so Letters to the Lost is a fiction book that is about Juliet and Duncan. And I believe that Juliet is grieving her mother's death, and Duncan is also, he's got some things in his past that he's trying to overcome. And so they end up becoming pen pals. So I'm very excited to see how this goes. It was been recommended on BookTube a few months back. And I think it was like around when I was first kind of getting really deep into BookTube is when this book was kind of making the circuits. And so it sounded interesting. There were some mixed reviews on it, and so I wanted to read it and see for myself. The second book she got me, which I'm very excited about, is the Southerners Book Club Guide to Slaying Vampires. And being a Southerner myself, when you add vampires plus Southern belles, as we see from these peaches, you're going to get something pretty interesting. So I'm excited. I love anything related to vampires. I am a huge vampire literature fan, whether it's Anne Rice to Stephanie Meyer, all the way to, any of my manga like Happiness. So I'm excited that she picked this book off my wish list to get me, and so I cannot wait to get a chance to read that. So my next book that I got, I am so super excited about. So I've talked to you guys about the Be Too Weird book club before, and I'll put a link up here to my 24-hour readathon for the city we became. And that is kind of my introduction to the Be Too Weird book club. And if you are interested in joining that book club, we read fantasy books and sci-fi books by people of color. And so it is a very, very interesting book club. We have a great time. The video chats have been awesome. And we've recently started doing some Instagram tours. And so our very first tour was Black Sun. And I am so excited because Saga Press gifted us these books for the tour. And so this is like my first ever book from a publisher, so it holds a special place in my heart. We are currently reading it. I am getting through it so that I can do my tour days coming up, and I am so excited. It is so good and hooks you in from the first page. I am only about a third of the way through, and I love it so far. So I highly recommend Black Sun if you are interested in a high fantasy book. It is so good. The world building is amazing, and I love it. So the next stack of books that I got, I am pretty excited. Like all the books I got this month were exciting, guys. This stack of books I'm excited about because I watch a lot of Korean dramas. And so a Korean drama that I watched recently is a Netflix one called It's Okay Not to Be Okay. And it is about this writer who is kind of like a girl with no emotion. She's very temperamental. You can tell that she, was very stunted as a child, and you kind of delve into her childhood traumas. And so she writes these really gothic type children's books. And so the books are portrayed throughout the series, but they release them in print. And so I got the full set. So first off, we'll go with the children's books because there's also a couple of novels. Now, all of these books are in Korean. I am currently taking Korean lessons. So I take Korean lessons once a week with my instructor. And so I have been taking that for about 2 or 3 months now. And so I figured these books would probably be pretty helpful in helping me learn Korean since they are children's books. So we have got this, here's the first one, and this is the boy who, I believe this one is the boy who ate nightmares. And then here's our next one. I do not remember all of the titles of them from the series. I got the full set, but I really do just love the art style. They are signed, which I think is awesome. But the art style in some of them is very like different, very gothic than you would see in normal children's books. But because of how little the words are, a lot of them I am actually able to pick out. And so it's really helping me with my sentence structure, comprehension, and reading as I go through my lessons. So that is why I decided to go ahead and get the entire set. So here is another one, and you'll have to forgive me, most of them are still in the plastic wrap, so there's probably a little bit of a glare. Our fourth book. And here is the last of the children's books. And so what I really liked is that one of the books came with, this is a picture that was drawn in the series. And so one of the books came with this, which is actually kind of just like a blank notepad to kind of draw your own pictures, but you kind of see some of the pictures from the show, because one of our characters is extremely scared of butterflies. And so at the end, he kind of starts to come out of those fears. And so you get a little glimpse of that in this art book. And then last but not least, which is going to be when I get a lot more advanced in my studies, is there are also 2 novels. And they are from the story, and they feature the characters from the story, but they are actually legitimate novels. So it's going to take me a little bit more time to get up to this level. I believe they are also partially like poems and stories, as well as like part of the script, I think, because the way that it's written kind of makes it seem like different people are talking. So I'm excited to have both of these and cannot wait until my studies get me to a level where I can actually read them. So I think one of the things that I like to do and that I found recommended for studying is like song lyrics or like books and like writing it out and then like seeing which words you recognize and which words you don't, and then that helps you learn more vocabulary. So I'm very excited to have all of these books to help me with my studies. So that's all the books that I hauled in October. I'm very excited. I think it was a pretty good haul. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, all the standard YouTube things, and I will see you guys next time. Say bye-bye, Haley Jane. Bye-bye.